Well, hello everybody, thank you. I'm gonna talk about my master thesis in the data forest master here in Valencia. So I'm gonna talk about something very different about the chatbot and how it's used for educational activities in the context of the Med4 master that we have some of the students here. So as we have seen and as we are going to discuss in the afternoon, the roundtable forest sector is a late adopter for new ICTs, with some exceptions, and one of that is the virtual forest project. That this chatbot is built in the context of this project, and we have seen some examples like the Forest Explorer on Monday, so you have already heard about this project. So as you have heard already, this project aims to enhance online distance and blended learning in the forest sector, and specifically expanding international student access to open educational resources in the sector and then represented among online students. So this tool I'm presenting is going to help these students in the virtualized university courses in the forestry domain. So this chatbot is being built because it's a work in progress with Dialogflow, and it's going to be a teaching assistant for the distant online course, Introduction to Forestry and Natural Resources. This is a course of the Med4 Master that is taken by the students online before going to the classes. So, as you can see in the map, Med4 students come from all around the world, so it's very important that this online course reaches everybody, and they need to feel support when they are taking this course. So these are the contents of this course. So we have selected concepts for all these areas inside of the online course, from Mediterranean forest system to ecosystem services. So I say it's a work in development because once we get to any concept, then you have 3 more concepts. So we are building it already and making it like more like that you can interact a little more, because as I would explain to you later. So chatbots are software tools that use natural language processing to interact with humans, and they have been successfully used in educational context, tutoring, question answering, language learning practice. In the context of this project, they already built another chatbot that was okay. What happened? So I didn't touch anything, I promise. So there's a problem with the internet? Sí. Okay, continue. So there's already developed one chatbot that was answering questions related to registration information, like administrative information related to the Med4 master. So how Dialogflow works? Dialogflow is a tool made by Google. So all the part behind for the interaction is already built. So what you introduce are the intents, so the questions the people would make, and the answers that they should receive after the question. The more questions you add, the easier it is for the system to interpret that and give the right answer. So we're in that moment now that even if we think that one question is very easy, you have to give like many options. I'm going to show you more examples. So the first phase of building this is building the database with all the concepts on all the questions that you want the people to make and the response they need to hit back. So this is one example of one of the intents, one of the concepts we want to answer, and there you can see all the examples of questions. Sorry, they're in Spanish. The chatbot is being built in Spanish and English, but this first phase is being built in Spanish. So not only what are ecosystem services, but what's the definition, what can we pay for ecosystem services? And in the answer, we have all these questions are answered by one answer, that is this one. But giving a lot of questions to the system will help it to interpret. If it's a question different from this one, they will know that we are talking about this, about payment for ecosystem services in this case. So what we have done after that, you can connect Dialogflow with Telegram. So we have created a chatbot a connection between Telegram and the Dialogflow, and then we can interact directly with the system from a Telegram chatbot. And these are examples of the questions, very simple questions, and you have the answers, in this case in Spanish. So what we get with this, that we know and we are sure that the answer is the right one. That if they make a question about the concept, that the definition is the right one. So these are some examples, and in Spanish you can see what is the definition of cutting and cutting, those kind of concepts that can create confusion if you ask the question in another systems. Because here we know that the answer is always the right one. Maybe they don't know one answer, this system. But if he gives an answer, it's the right one. It handles concepts of forestry, and we are in this part. The first part is that it's direct questions and answers. We're in the second phase of interaction, like tell me more about this concept, or can you tell me more about this? Those kind of questions, they need to be built in a different way, creating context and with fulfillment. And then some small talk to interact. In the Dialogflow in English, the small talk is very well built. In Spanish, it's not the case. So it's different, and it's more. You really feel you're interacting with a machine in Spanish. In English, it's much. And then this is the case that this is the part. For the fulfillment part, that giving these second questions that tell me more about this, and for the chatbot to interpret the context. That is something that everybody is using now, or many people is using ChatGPT. And when you use ChatGPT, you have to give it the context. Clara is the same word in Spanish for cutting, for the white part of the egg, and for a beer. So if you ask for a clara in Spanish, they told you it's the liquid part of an egg. It doesn't talk about forestry. When this is the faja, that in Spanish is the side parts of the road we clean of vegetation to avoid forest fires. But if you ask faja to ChatGPT, they tell you something you put under your clothes to look better, and if you go to faja perimetral, that is more specific we use it in forestry, then it comes to a concept from architecture. So it gives you answers to the questions, the right ones, but not for your context. So we are doing this and interacting with big professionals, and the next phase will be interacting with the students. But then ChatGPT appeared, and what we are doing is when we are doing with ChatGPT fine-tuning. So we are building, we could say, part inside ChatGPT, giving it context. So for that, we are using the dictionary, forestry dictionary of the Spanish Society of Forest Science. So that you will hear soon about this chatbot and this forestry ChatGPT. This is very important for education because if you do it right, it gives to students, and they have somewhere where they can rely and ask. Thank you very much.